This is a video chart presentation of Southern Home Medical Equipment brought to you by healthcarestock.net. Southern Home is a pink sheet company trading on ticker SHOM. Chart caught my attention because this volume surge that came in yesterday blew through a resistance level right through here at 28.29 cents and held above it, closing near the high of the day. See from these lower indicators, MACD was putting itself together a nice uptrend back towards zero. Even in the more recent, there was a stronger move back towards the money line. You can see the break holding above it, and then yesterday it took off. Good indications that a possible move was coming. PPO very similar. This ADX really had a tendency to hang out here down low. That's because of the low volume. It could never really generate any momentum, and that's what we're going to have our eye on this time around. See that breakthrough 30 indicates a very strong trend. Only one time over this better part of this last year has it made it above that. That's what we'll look for again. We want to see this stock gather some consistency and some regular volume. Yesterday was obviously a huge volume surge, but what you look for now is for it to stay steady and see this ADX start to trend its way back up through 20, through 30, and then continues to try and develop an uptrend. Right now, coming off the bottom, certainly plenty of room for it to try and put together a move. MFI is pretty susceptible to whipsaws because of the volume. Holding over top of this 50 marker, that's what we'll look for. I want to see if this stock is going to start to trend and lose a little bit of its volatility in the overall picture. Right now it's in a breakout mode, so momentum traders are going to look for this area of 80 to be broken and look for it to try and hold up around that level and certainly over top of 50 on any pullbacks. Accumulation distribution made a sharp rise with the buying pressure yesterday. What we're going to look for from that is try and break through this line, get out of this channel that it's in. Basically been in a very flat channel right through this lower part of it, but did try and peak and move. What we're going to look for is just, again, trying to establish an uptrend, trying to make some higher highs, and that begins by breaking through that area and getting out of this channel. Shaking money flow, of course, shows that buying pressure was very strong yesterday. Sharp move through zero, and what we'll look for there is for it to continue to push to show strong buying pressure. Now, any retraces, you always want to see it hold over top of zero. You want to show that buying pressure is still dominant over selling pressure, so that's an important component to a chart remaining bullish. CCI dropped a buy signal yesterday with that break of 100. Again, momentum play, lots of buying coming in. Full stow, look to trade to the upper half of the indicator. That's bull chart territory. Right now, it hasn't even broken through 80. Momentum traders really like to see it up in that 80 area. It can trend up there for a long period of time, and it shows a great deal of strength. What I like about this chart is these longer-term indicators, like the MACD, like the PPO. I like the TRIX as a long-term indicator. It moves very slow. It's exponentially smooth. Breaking through zero is a good thing. That's what we'll want to see. Looks like it's going to make a higher high. We'll want to see it continue north and try and develop a channel. I've always found that parallel lines in a channel form like that are very strong, so I'll be looking for this to try and come up near this area and then try and oscillate around and continue a strong uptrend. Of course, RSIs entered into what's referred to as the power zone. That break through 70, clearly a lot of strength because of the move yesterday. We'll be looking for continuation today with the RSIs trying to hold up near that area. They're actually not completely maxed out yet. See, the RSI 21 is just now breaking through at 72. What I think is important about this chart is that there was a pretty good resistance level right through this area, and it made a strong move through that yesterday. We talk about this a lot of times with low volume charts. How do you read them? You don't read them much differently. You just look for these long-term indicators that are smoothed out, see how they're trending. The MACD was obviously bullish. Said established a very strong support level. Said established a very strong support level right there at 0015, and another pretty strong support level right there at 0016. So it was in a pretty nice channel for the last few months, kind of tucked between 0024 and 001516. But you see all the moving averages had pulled in. Again, low volume charts, you still read them the same way. Trading over top of the 50-day, trading over top of the 200-day. That's bullish indications for the chart. You see the 200-day actually has a slight uptrend to it. Short-term moving averages had tucked in underneath it. There's a good chance this stock was going to try and make a move. I'll throw just a real quick trend line in here just to show you something else. See the downtrend that it blew through yesterday as well. Just a lot of little components involved with this chart that the indicators were giving hints of a possible move coming. The move yesterday was certainly a strong one. Take that back off there. And now what you look for from here is first and foremost, see if it's going to have continuation today, continue to try and make new highs. This is a 9-month chart, but I try and scale it in like this because it makes things a little bit more clear. If you pulled it back to a 1-year chart, you would see it. That's a 52-week high. See, it touched it yesterday. If it can move above that, it's basically into a blue sky breakout where there's no real resistance in its way on any sort of pullbacks. Of course, I'd like to see it hold this level, this 2.9 level right through there. The higher it can set up a support level, the better. If it can tie in with some of these other levels that were a little bit sporadic, these are what you call secondary support resistance levels. 0032, of course 004 would also be one. We can throw some Fibonacci's on here. You can see a 50% pullback would happen to tie in with right around that 3.2 area, and a pullback to 61.8 ties right in with the 0.029. Sometimes stocks have to rest a little bit, touch that 52-week high. If it wants to pull back and coordinate the PPS support with the Fibonacci retracement support, those are the things you start to look for now in continuation for this chart. Fibonacci traders will look at that as buy points. They'll look for that area to hold, and it'll also give confirmation that the uptrend is going to continue. So going into today, we'll keep our eye on volume again. This should catch the eyes of plenty technical traders. Given the volume surge and the share price push, closed up 104%, 7.4 million shares traded. They'll have their eye on it, taking it out to go into a complete breakout mode, and also have their eye on entry points on any sort of pullback. These are the things I'll be looking for as well with the SHOM chart. As always, it's merely my interpretation. I'm not a financial consultant and strongly encourage you to do your own proper due diligence. Consult with a qualified financial advisor before making any investment decisions. Past performance is not a guarantee of future results. Please visit the healthcarestock.net website to view the full disclaimer disclosure and do not base any investment decisions on any material found on the website and/or its video chart. No person employed by healthcarestock.net is a registered investment advisor or licensed broker-dealer. Thank you for watching and trade smart.